Hello, my name is Willie Easter Jr., and welcome to my home of 8 years now. It's still a blessing and it's still beautiful. Thank God for it. This is going to be a short but boring interview report that I'm going to give you. You can skip the video if you want to. But I found this website called Letterboard, and they call themselves trying to do a review of my animated film entitled Police the Animated Movie. Now, this is the website. Again, it's called letterboard.com. And I posted it to Facebook. I also posted another version of it to LinkedIn. It's a job site because I want as many people to see this as possible. And when you start reading some of the reviews, it's got nothing to do with the film at all. It's pretty much trying to attack me. Like I said, that's funny. And it says Police the Animated Movie, 2020, directed by Willie Easter Jr. And it says pretty much where I wrote it on the introduction of the film. Set in the near future, ex-police officer J.B. Fitzgerald is combated by a government influenced by corrupt police officers, corporations, and power-hungry political homongers. And we're going to go down, and I'm going to read some of it, not all of it, because it's laughable and boring. And the person that wrote that right there, Seinfeld Hogg, probably not his real name, that's just it. Anytime you deal with me, you can always find my real name. Not no post name or no fake name or no stage name. It can always be my real name. So it's a review by Seinfeld Hogg, and from basically using Seinfeld, that's the decade he's from, Seinfeld, about nothing. But anyway, as a reminder, the director of this movie put the whole thing up on Rumble for free. Check it out. Rumble.com, Police the Animated Movie. And he took a quote from the film, and the only way he could get that quote, he had to pause it. Because the quote came from a Gug creature that was actually in the film. And it was one of those free characters that you get off the Poser website at Poser Universe. And it's an animated figure that you can use for free without having any copyright violation or any trademark violation. But anyway, and he wrote it in here. He said, this is actually in the film right now. You humans are hypocrites. You pretend to have feelings for this and that, yet you eat cows, chickens, and pigs. Now you human female piece of shit stands here judging me because I was hungry and ate a fucking cat. Shut the fuck up. That's in the film. But if you watch the film in its entirety, you know why I put that in there. But anyway, this is some of the stuff he wrote. He said, Mr. Willie Easter Jr. spent over a decade, making this film, a program that was hopelessly outdated by the mid-2000s and had bad rap for being cumbersome at best. Beyond this, intent use case to produce a feature-length movie. Only 2 films have achieved this. Now, some of the other stuff he talk about in here, it's got nothing to do with the film. It's basically an attack on a so-called middle-aged man and stuff like that. I mean, I notice a lot of these fools, they talk about your age, because I got some people across the street that talk about they're in their 20s, but I looked them up, they're in their 30s now. And they don't look they look like bad 40s and overweight. But anyway, they're still on course. And go to Facebook and view this thing for yourself. And this is what I want. Please, it's horrible, as one should probably expect when one guy with no experience decides to he can be the movie making equivalent of a Swiss Army knife. It's also one of those great bad movies I've ever seen. Now you see what it says? The greatest bad movie I've ever seen. An insane man who records his neighbors. Now, When they put that in there, I knew exactly where it came from. Again, at the beginning of the title, I said it got nothing to do with police. It's those same butt wipes that basically live in Dallas, North Carolina. They've been trapped. Think about this. They've done tried for almost a decade to vacate me from my house, but they haven't. And you say, well, almost a decade? Yeah, I've been here 8 years now. On May 27th, it'll be 8 years. That's almost a decade. It takes 10 years to be a decade. 8 years is almost a decade. Okay? And in that 8 years, they failed on every level. And the only way these stupid can get recorded, they have to be hanging around my house. I've been told many times, don't trespass, stay off the property, don't be blocking my mailbox, don't be parking in front of my house because that's considered a roadway. Anytime there's a stop sign and you pass it by, there's a roadway after that. And dealing with these people is like dealing with kids. Earlier today, there was a big noise outside. It was just basically to get people's attention. That's all it really was. It's like a bunch of sour, spoiled kids who got nothing to do except for shoot off firecrackers, throw it at people, and got no life. Sit around all day, smoking weed, drinking, and that's pretty much it. Some of them don't have no job nowhere, like the one across the street. Got no job. Their equivalent of a job is to sit back and, I guess, do in-home work, and the rest of the time they just sit around and eat. And the only time they come out the house is when they go eating. We'll come out the house 3 or 4 times to go get food. That's living now. But anyway, let's continue to read this. An insane man who records his neighbors decides he can make the next Blade Runner, and it's one of the most confusing things I've ever seen. If you watch Blade Runner and watch Police, it's got nothing to do with each other. In the opening credits, it tells you exactly what it's about. Let's go back and read it again. This is what you see at the beginning of the film. Set in the near future, ex-police officer J.B. Seville is combated by a government influenced by corrupt police officers, corporations, and power-hungry political homemongers. That's what's going on right now. But understand, when you live in a community with people who basically don't work nowhere, they live as narcissists. That's what you really are. Everything has to revolve around them. I don't need no fucking person's permission to make a film. Nobody's permission. And I did accomplish my film. I wrote it, directed it, animated it, and acted in it, and completed it just as I wrote it. And if you look at a lot of the films these days, the directors that get to make these films get fired. You have about 5 different directors, they get fired. Then they go out and hire some more directors. They quit because of so-called creative disputes until they finally find a director who they can control and make the film they want. Then when the film actually hit the theaters, it fails. Because you got too many drivers trying to drive one car. And you said something about a whoosh sound every time objects fly and the camera pans quickly. Well, if you look up in the sky, you can hear an airplane going by. So you can tell people who got no idea how to make a film, don't know the process of filmmaking, trying to tell me one man started to make a film and he got no experience. Well, I could just been making a film and it get completed and it's published. And I get more favorable reviews in the UK, and I wasn't even thinking about getting any favorable reviews in America. Because America is a narcissistic type place that basically try to hold other people back. And they want everybody created in the same image. Look at most of the movies that come out now. It's like the same movie being made over again and again with different titles. Let me give you a case in point. You remember that movie that Tom Cruise done called, I can't remember that film. Jack Reacher. Remember that movie? Again, it was a Tom Cruise film called Jack Reacher. Now, picture Denzel Washington in the film that he made called The Equalizer. Go watch those films back to back and see what you see is the same film with different actors. The character Jack Reacher, ex-military, ex-professional, this and that, decided to retire. And he went into the country helping people. Same thing with Denzel Washington, The Equalizer. He left the so-called agency. Now he's driving people around, killing people. Because he's a self-appointed vigilante hero. The same movie, different actors. But when you create a film that's totally different, goes against the grain, and it shows police officers being corrupt, the government has been corrupt, and politicians have been corrupt, that movie is considered a bad movie when it shows the reality of society. So I wanted to share it with you. So when you go see it, if you decide to see my film, read the reviews first and see is actually talking about the film, I was talking about the filmmaker. I think there's one in here you were talking about. The film is more about we see more about the filmmaker because and this guy says, edit, miracles are real. Willie Easter Jr. Uploaded this movie to Rumble, so now you can see it, you can watch it wherever you want for free. Go, 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 you know. And he said, that was stupid but made sense. And understand, you're going to get negativity, so if you can't take it, don't step out. Just sit in your house, people at your windows, your neighbors, smoke weed, drink, and laugh at your neighbors because they're going to work and you're sitting at home all day, getting fatter and fatter. But if you're somebody like me, you're going to go out and you're going to take a chance in life, you're going to put things out there and you're going to make your dreams come true. This is what you're going to put up with. He said, I don't know much about Willie Easter Jr., but what I do know has me to believe he's insane. He took his parent to see it, and this person was, I guess the same guy. It's just like the same guy writing over again and again. Sanford DeHaug, whatever his name is. And we got another one here, Ben Thomas. And he says, one man's singular vision, the result of 10 years long of work. It inspired for a good understanding of society and the human condition, but ultimately reveals more about the Creator than humanity as a whole. Easter's either insane or a genius. I can't tell. He got 4 likes on that. And there's a person named Juliet. Gug didn't deserve this. Police brutality gone too far. Not my Gug, not my boy Gug. That's funny. And it's basically hilarious. I mean, so you can tell they didn't really watch the film. They wanted to find things to attack the creator, which was me, which that don't bother me. Understand your little pathetic little way of doing things don't bother me. But it's interesting because as you can tell how I made my film, I can tell how you write these interviews. You're weak. You probably have never accomplished anything. I mean, think about that. It didn't take no 10 years or no decade to make anything. The film was stopped and paused for about two years, then restarted. then stopped and paused for another 2 years. It panned out. The original film was started in 2009. It was completed in 2019. That's how long it took. All because of life hits you. If you never experienced life, then you don't know what I'm talking about. You sit up, stare out your window, giggle and laugh, ain't never accomplished anything at all in life. Your mama bought you your house, your mama bought you your car, but what have you done? What have you accomplished? Probably nothing. I sit down and wrote Police. Then saved up $3,000 to buy computers, hardware and software, recording, editing, and made my film. I don't care if it would have took 100 years. If God gave me the life and the strength to make it, I was going to complete what I started. And I've done just that. Most of you don't complete anything. You quit after 6 months. Talk about you're too old. Well, the way you think and the way I think God don't think like you. I thank God every single day I don't think like you, but I don't want to be like you. That's why the part where they said about you record your neighbors, you get recorded because you do stupid crap. But you get in front of the camera and want to speak intelligent. You want to be accepted. But behind the camera, when it's turned off, you show your true face. You're a narcissist. You get your ass up, your ass on your shoulders and you want everybody to kiss your ass. I'm not kissing your ass. I'm not bound down to you. And you're not going to run my house. Ever. So pack up your stupid, go mind your own stupid business and live out your little pathetic life, smoking your weed, drinking your alcohol, because I don't want none of that. And if anybody who's watching this video decide to go and see Police, go see it for what it is. It's a film about the future. And that future is what we're living right now. You got corrupt government, corrupt politicians, and corrupt police officers. And people who are basically strung out on drugs. Watch the film. It's showing a reflection of American society and also other places, but mostly American society. And it said in the near future. Well, guess what? That future is now. And this film is timeless because it talks about all times. Again, I'll read it again. Set in the near future. Ex-police officer J. Bishop Fitzgerald is combated by a government influenced by corrupt police officers, corporations, and power-hungry political homemongers. What's going on right now in the political arena? Thank you for listening. Hope you check out my film. If you're brave enough to think for yourself and not allow other people to think for you. Peace. I think I'll go ahead and finish watching this movie. Anyway, I'm watching this movie called The Shape of Things to Come. It was done in 1936. And this is a good movie because even though it was done way back in 1936, some of the same thing they showed way back then is what's happening right now. H.G. Wells, The Shape of Things to Come. Again, my name is Willie C. Jr. And peace. Ooh. Time for a haircut, but I'll leave it alone for a while. Peace. Oh, about that so-called middle-aged man, I'm 60 years old, and I thank God I actually made it to 60 years old. How many black men did you know of right now that died at 26? They thought they were going to be great. But instead of them making their money, their families and corporations make their money. I'll tell you one. Tupac. Shot until 26. Biggie Smalls. Killed at 26. Nipsey. Killed at 30. All these so-called young black men, where are they now? So I am so glad to God that I'm a middle-aged man, got my own house and land, making animated films, and writing poetry books. What have you accomplished? Not a damn thing. Go get a life. I enjoy mine. Peace.